Hey, everybody, welcome to the backstage room of the Agent Edge. And we're here just kind of rolling up our sleeves and talking with Dave about the real world of real estate sales, you know, the duct tape, the band aids, keeping it together, surviving, thriving, and moving kind of around that. I would love to know. Um, And you have a different perspective because Kim was in it, you came alongside. I mean, it's different because you never get to walk away from it. You're around it morning, noon, night, which is a whole different perspective. But what would you say would be the
But I
top?
love that part of it. Come on.
Okay,
Come on now.
so here you go. So what would be the two things that you would say are the most basic, real pieces of advice that you could give to any agent out there? Don't do it with your spouse. No, I'm just kidding.
Um, Number one, you have to align yourself with the right people, period, the end. Okay?
So that's 1, 2, and 3.
That goes, yes. So that goes for the friend group. That goes for the realtor friend group. That goes for sometimes family members. Okay? Because if you're a newer agent or you've been out there for a couple years, you're hanging out with salary people, you don't have anything in common with them. They're enjoying 3-day weekends without a phone ringing all weekend. And when you're in that environment with those types of people, they don't understand you. Okay? That makes it very difficult. And I've been seeing that with some newer agents that, in all ages, by the way, it seems to happen a little more with the younger generation on their, if this is like their first job or second job and they're in their mid-20s, early 30s. That's a hard pill to swallow. Well, that's my friend group. That's my family. Well, here's the thing. If your mom and dad, if mom's an accountant and dad has a regular job Monday through Friday, and here you are going, hey, mom, dad, I'm getting in sales. I know I'm living at home, but I'm trying to get out of the home and make some money so I can go out on my own. Well, son, why don't you go get a regular job? I want to do sales. It's really fascinating. I've been watching some YouTube clips and blah, 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 blah. I'm going to do it. Okay, son, we support you. Son goes, gets his real estate license, starts 30 days in. Have you sold anything? Nope, not yet. I'm working on it. Second month. Have you sold anything? Nope, not yet. I'm working on it. How are you gonna afford to move out on your own? You haven't made any money. You've been doing this now. My God, you went through school. Now, in your second month, still no money. Son, what are you doing? See what I mean?
Yeah.
There's literally no support because the parents don't know how to parent a child that is in sales.
Yeah, that doesn't leave at 7:30 in the morning to drive to work, clocks in at 8,
Correct.
clocks out at 5.
Yep.
Yeah.
Has the weekends off.
Yeah.
And so, again, it's like having an atheist and a Christian in the same room trying to get on the same page.
Right.
Two extremes. And so then all of a sudden, the parenting thing comes into play in wanting to protect their child. And by the way, this is a scenario that I have gone through now multiple times. Okay? So I have learned now to ask the question during the interview process, what do your parents do? I need to know how this person was raised, even up to the 30-some-year-olds, because I want to know. What do you think work is? What do you think business is? The ones that say, yeah, my dad owns a construction company. Okay, check that box. He knows what grit is. Okay? But the ones that have worked regular jobs, unfortunately, those parents won't have enough to give to their children to get them going in sales.
Very true. And I've never realized it that way, but both my parents owned multiple businesses and were entrepreneurs. So it was normal for me to go into business. But I didn't have the experience, like you're saying, of the normal world. Interesting.
What think about, like, when's the last time I actually only worked a 40-hour work week?
I don't know.
Or I've been available for weekends and nights for 37 years.
Right.
I'm like,
But see, here's the kicker. The ones that work a job go to work in the job. Agents think they are working in real estate. They need to look at real estate is all around. You put real estate around you. You are the nucleus in real estate. And so you make it work. Yeah. Do I get up at 4:30? Yeah. That doesn't mean I'm clocking in. Okay. Do I get to the office around 8:39? Yeah. So between 4:30 to 8:30, is that considered part of my workday? No, that's my time. So there's 4 hours right there. Now, do I work nonstop all day? Not really. Maybe I take off and go to lunch with someone. Maybe I go do a midday workout. Maybe I come back to the office and crank out 3 or 4 hours. And then I get home. Maybe I return a couple emails. But I don't have someone standing over my back saying, hey, Dave, you were 2 minutes late coming back from lunch. What's going on? Do we need to talk? So.
yeah, but part of real estate is living, right? So part
Correct.
of your living in life, whether it's going to the gym or going, to play golf or whatever a thing is, you're still who you are and what you do when you go there. And so,
You set the tone.
exactly.
You
Yeah.
set the tone. Not
Yep.
your clients, not
Yep.
the market, not
Yep.
your peers. You set the tone. And if you've never set the tone, then you don't know how to do it. And that's
Yeah.
hard.
So, what are a couple of the tools that have been game changers for you?
Game changers.
Like, I wouldn't be where I am today without them.
God.
Yeah.
I mean, having a belief of something that's greater than me. Faith. No one talks about that. I mean, that's a core piece in our personal lives and business. I think if you don't have that, then you're starting off kilter a little bit. And you have to be, again, true to you. Okay. So your personal life, if you want the big badass business life, then your personal life better be in line. And everyone wants the big badass paycheck. And I've done this before. And, people can say, oh, Dave's kind of rough. Like, talking to some of the newer agents or whatever, it's like, you want $1 million listing, right? Like, yeah, let's go out to your car right now. Let's go take a look at it. Their car's dirty, wrappers, hasn't been washed in a couple weeks. Interesting. You want to do big badass things, but your car is filthy and you would be embarrassed to have someone sit in the front seat. So you're not ready. Oh, just because my car's not clean, you're telling me I'm not ready? Well, it shows because you're not doing a little forward thinking on that. Okay? So again, your personal life represents your business life. You can't have both. One or the other.
Yeah,
It's
I heard
both.
Michael Mayer say a long time ago, if your life sucks, your business sucks. And
Yep.
if your business sucks, your life sucks.
True.
And they're just infinitely tied
Yep.
together. And not that sometimes things don't get off of balance, because it can happen. But it's knowing that where your core values, what your core values are, and those are not up for negotiation.
Right. I mean, I know some guys that are mega, like making 10, 15, 20 million dollars a year. They run a business. They're overweight. They're going to drop their pen one day and have a heart attack. Their kids don't like them. The wife goes on trips without them. Everyone drives nice cars. They got the big baller house. He's miserable, but he has all the money. So money doesn't cure it all. Now, he could have it all if he took care of himself and lost 50 pounds and think about it. When you lose weight, people say, oh my God, you look great. What have you been doing? Tell me what that feeling, what kind of price tag you can put on that.
Can't.
So, all right, we're going to shift this up a little bit. Um, let's just keep kind of going with that. What would you say would be, because I think work-life balance in a business where, everyone has your cell phone, it's out on everything.
Mm-hmm.
I had this conversation with my son who knew that there was never a loan more important than him. I never missed a baseball game or practice. We did all that kind of stuff. Um,
But hold on, there wasn't balance in that day because you were working your ass off, doing whatever it took to get to that baseball game.
Yeah.
And you were probably, like my wife, completely crazy getting there, but you showed up. That's not balance. That's doing what you have to do.
Well, and I think part of it was there was definitely, we'll keep it real, getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning while he was sleeping to make sure I could get done. And I managed 18 LOs and all that. But what I built myself into was systems and strategies that help to make it predictable and reproducible. I was not the person who loved a really great checklist. I love checklists. I keep, to keep myself organized for the balance and learning how to say no. That was something that was really, really, really hard, and that no is a complete sentence. And it's okay to say no to stuff because that made me have the ability to say yes to no, if I'm not available. I'm at my son's baseball game. He will not remember you. I might not remember you,
Right.
but he's going to remember that I wasn't there. Thank God it didn't happen for his first home run. So what would be a hack or a tip or a strategy about, not just talking the balance BS, but actually delivering?
Okay, I don't believe in balance.
Okay.
It's fake.
Okay.
Balance?
Balance.
Yeah.
I just think it's work, life, play, balance. What is that? Who made that up?
How do you keep it
Let's
together?
go find out that guy and let's read his book and see. Let's see what he
He's
did.
working at McDonald's.
Yeah, what did he do for a living?
Yeah.
Okay. So I feel if you're gonna go all in, it's all in all aspects of your life. Spouse, kids, work, health, fitness, all of it. That's a lot. Yes, it is.
I do feel, though, that is balancing all aspects of your life. I mean,
Yes, it's all aspects. You can't, this balance thing is basically, it's telling people, okay, well, if you divide this up into 4 quarters, that's 25% here, 25% here, 25% here, 25, that's balanced. But is each category getting 100%? No. So this is the part that I think people, there's been something over the years where they've been pitching the rainbows and unicorns. It doesn't exist. And for those that understand what I'm talking about, that is it. You're living your maximum life. I'm not talking David Goggins, crazy on everything. I'm just saying you are going all in on yourself, your spouse, your family. They are getting 100% of you. When someone gets less than 100%, that's unbalanced.
Yeah, I mean, I believe in the philosophy of you must be present to win, right? I don't know. I wish I could say I was perfect. I wish I could say, I just think I'm perfectly imperfect
And by the way,
kind of thing.
this is like last 18, 24 months
Yeah.
that I've finally, at age 57, that'll give some hope for the younger people. Age 57, the light bulb will go off and you'll finally get it figured out. Okay? Like for me, it's just that's been my path.
Well, and I think a lot of times we, the scars, stories, the whatever we go through in our past gets us to where we are right now. I mean, I don't know um, a single person who didn't have something happen. You know, nobody has rainbows and unicorns. There's always something there,
Right.
but they don't usually open the curtain and let people see it, right? Because you just want to look like this perfect thing. Makeup's always perfect, hair's always perfect, you know, whatever that is, whatever it is, you know, if you're hiding behind whatever it is.
Hey, my first couple of failures in life, super embarrassing. And I basically, it was like, I don't know, like hiding. Okay. Like in the dark. Okay. Fail. Another one, fail. Ooh, staying down in there. And then I started to realize, okay, I guess these are lessons. And I was taking them really, really personal. And it's like, after a failure, get back up. Like again, like the example of us losing everything in '08. If I would have gotten up quicker, I would have realized, oh, I can buy these $50,000, $75,000 homes with hard money, throw a little renter in there, ride out the storm, and 2 and 3 years later, I could have had some cash flow or cashed out and did it again and did it again. But I was down in my failure saying, poor me, and I missed that whole opportunity. And I think what happens is when people fail, or they have a situation, oh my God, you know, I screwed up on that deal and now they're not calling me back. It's like, who cares? Did anyone die? That's a joke on our team. Did anyone die? No? Okay, you're good. Let's get back in there and do it again. Oh, Dave, is too much. Nope. Just trust me on this one. Keep moving.
Well,
That's what you have to do.
Every one of those is an opportunity to dust yourself off.
Yep.
And okay, we just don't want to do that one again.
Right.
Figure out a way not to do that one again. It's being a human.
Yeah, if you do the same mistake twice, okay, now we need to sit down and talk.
Right.
But if you're having new failures, that's good. That's part of the journey.
What is something that, when new agents join your team, what's something that you teach every single one of them when they join?
Every single one of them. They have to learn how to talk. They have to know how to talk. I have a great example. So I took my 2 most rookiest salespeople and put them in the front of the classroom, and I faced them towards each other. I said, I want the 2 of you, and they were new. Like one was maybe 4 months and doing, the other one was like 2 months. So I put the 2 of them together. I said, listen, here's what I want you to do. I want the 2 of you to have a conversation, but you're not allowed to talk about real estate. It was like watching a ping pong match. It was like, oh, so where are you from? Chink. Oh, I'm from here. Chink. Are you married? Chink. Do you have kids? Bink. To a point, the conversation died in less than 5 minutes because they didn't know what to talk about. I said, okay, thank you. Hey, everyone give them a applause. Then I took my two most senior agents and I put them down. Talk about anything you want, no real estate. The conversation, the tonality, the hand gestures, they're like, oh, all these things. The conversation was so engaging that I got caught up in the conversation and must have gone on for more than 5 minutes. And I'm like, oh my God, well, hold on a second. I need to, okay, stop. Okay, great. It just goes to show you having the ability to have conversation is the key to this whole thing. And if you're not used to talking to people and you're not used to being out in public talking to strangers, stay away from real estate.
Good advice.
Stay away.
Yeah, and
it's going to be a harder road for you. Can you learn this stuff? Absolutely, 100%. But it's going to take work and practice outside the classroom. See, this is the part. Everyone shows up for an hour or two expecting to walk away as a salesperson. Well, if I go sit in my garage for 1 hour a week, am I going to turn into a car?
Or a mechanic.
No, I'm not. I'm going to have to put the extra work in. And so that extra work comes into play when you're outside of the office when no one else is looking.
What's so funny, I was listening to a news about what's the guy's name that started Facebook? I don't pay attention.
Zuckerberg.
Yeah. So he was talking that the average American has only 3 friends. Only 3 friends. And I'm like, not the average 60-year-old American. You know, I mean, I have 3 friends I still talk to from like 2nd grade,
Yeah.
That's crazy.
kind of thing. And I think that's part of that generation. You know, they've been doing this or the games and not as much of this, and actually becoming in completely curious about the person they're sitting across from. I think the person who becomes most curious wins.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. And I could see that challenge with a younger group. I mean, it could be anybody technically if they've sat behind a computer and whatever. But I think it's so true.
Here,
How do you be naturally curious about?
I have a great story. So there's this, do we have time? Are we good?
Yeah.
It's only going to take an hour. No, I'm
Okay.
kidding. They did this experiment. And so this shrink gets on a plane, sits next to a gentleman first class. And it was from New York to LA. And all the psychiatrist did was ask this passenger questions. Okay. And that's a 4.5, 5 hour flight, right? Lands in LA. They pull the passenger aside and they asked him, what did you think about the gentleman that you sat next to on the plane? The guy says, he was the most interesting person I've ever spoken to on a plane.
Isn't that crazy?
All because of asking questions.
Being curious.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
That's huge. That's huge. I think it's no matter what you do, whether it's title, mortgage, real estate, you're human. Be human.
Yeah.
Get curious. And
Talk to the cashier the next time you go in Super Pumper and say, hey, how's your day going?
So funny, you find somebody and you go, wow, I love that you're smiling all the time. And they'll be like, you literally, you light them up.
Saw their soul, it kind
Yeah.
of feels like.
Yeah. And they're like, somebody paid attention to me.
Hey, you might have made their day. Maybe
crazy.
maybe they were having a bad day and second guessing their life and stuff. And then all of a sudden you got them talking. Because a lot of times, it's like, yeah, my day's going all right. Well, what could you do to make it better? Well, I got this second job. I'm like, oh my God, you work 2 jobs? You should become a realtor.
You can have 3 jobs or 5.
Well, because your first one has you meeting people all the time. So if you get genuinely curious about the people in front of you, you'll never wait
There you go.
on. Awesome.
I think
I think
we're
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
yeah.
I love it, love it, love it. So there's going to be agents out there watching this. It's going to be across everything.
Sure.
Say they want to get a hold of you. They could we'll put the information below, the best number, the best email, all
Yep.
that kind of fun stuff.
It'll be my direct cell phone, okay?
Whatever number works, right?
It'll
You're
be my
saying,
direct. Yes.
yeah.
Perfect.
Love it. I think I think keeping it real in this business right now is needed more than ever.
Yeah.
Anyone that tells you it's easy, they're lying to you. It's a 4-letter word. It's called work.
Yeah.
No matter what that is. So thanks for joining us on the Agent Edge.
Thank you for having me.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thanks, Dave.
Appreciate
Super
you guys.
awesome.
Yeah.
Super awesome on some really great advice, whether you're brand new, 2 years in, 10 years in, or 30 years in.
Hey, listen, we do Thursday trainings from noon to 1:30 at our office. Now, 0 expectations. Like, seriously, like this isn't like a, we'll lure you in and, get you on the team. Listen, I do this. I have agents coming from all different brokerages. They'll pop in every once in a while. Sometimes they come back to back and I never see them again. Like, seriously, I love training people, okay? Because I want to give some of this stuff that I have to other people. And if I can help someone be a better agent, that makes me a better person. And if you can make more money, awesome. Like, seriously. So that's every Thursday from noon to 1:30.
Awesome. We'll make sure we get that in there.
Cool.
You think about your family, whatever is the seed, and if you don't water it, it's going to die.
Yep.
So whether it's us as family or business or friends, you know, you've got to water your seeds. And
Always.
that's a great thing, spending time around that. So thanks everybody for joining us on the Age and Edge.
Thank you.